free AI tool fixes grammar in any language. Global hack. The day grammar panic went extinct. Remember that gut-churning moment? You've painstakingly crafted an email to a potential client in Tokyo. You've double-checked the figures, triple-checked the attachments, and then you hit send. 5 seconds later, a cold sweat erupts. Did I conjugate that verb correctly? Was that particle wa? Orga ga? Did I just accidentally imply their grandmother is a poorly maintained bicycle? Welcome to the universal language of grammar panic, a dialect spoken fluently by billions, regardless of their native tongue. But imagine a world where that panic evaporates. A world where a mischievous comma doesn't derail a multi-million-dollar deal, where a misplaced accent mark doesn't turn a declaration of love into a recipe for boiled socks, and where verb conjugations no longer haunt your dreams. Stop imagining. It's here. A new wave of free AI tools is emerging, wielding near magical powers to fix grammar, syntax, and style across any language imaginable. This isn't just an upgrade. It's a global hack on the very fabric of human communication, and it's equal parts revolutionary, empowering, and occasionally hilariously absurd. The Tower of Babel's glitchy software. Humanity's linguistic diversity is breathtaking. Over 7,000 languages painting our planet in a dizzying array of sounds and symbols. Yet, for all its beauty, this diversity has always been a double-edged sword. Learning a new language is hard. Mastering its intricate, often illogical, grammatical rules is akin to scaling Everest in flip-flops. Even native speakers stumble. Consider 1. The minefield of second languages. Millions navigate professional and personal lives in non-native languages. The constant fear of a grammatical landmine undermining credibility or causing offense is real and exhausting. Is it lu or la? Der, die, or das? Why does this verb change based on the day of the week and the phase of the moon? The cognitive load is immense. 2. The native speaker trap. Think you're immune? Think again. Native English speakers wrestle with who versus whom, the eternal its confusion, and the subtle nuances of comma splices that can turn a graceful sentence into a train wreck. Similar gremlins lurk in every language. French subjunctives, German compound noun declensions, the baffling politeness levels of Japanese verbs. 3. The forgotten tongues and emerging voices. Smaller languages often lack comprehensive learning resources or sophisticated spell checkers. Writers and communities striving to preserve or revitalize these languages face an uphill battle. Simultaneously, non-standard dialects and new linguistic blends, like digital creoles, struggle for legitimacy against the rigid grammars of prestige languages. This was the pre-AI status quo, a world rife with communication barriers, misunderstandings born of syntax, and a pervasive low-level anxiety for anyone daring to write outside their linguistic comfort zone. Enter the dragon, or rather, enter the very large, very well-read neural network. The grammar genie, unleashing the AI polyglot. The global hack isn't a single named tool, though several popular free platforms like DeepSeek, Grammarly, Language Tool, and increasingly sophisticated features in Google Docs or Word embody this trend. It's the underlying technological leap. Massively multilingual AI models. These aren't just fancy spell checkers. They are digital linguists trained on petabytes of text encompassing hundreds of languages, novels, news articles, scientific papers, social media rants, legal documents, and probably a few billion shopping lists. Here's how this global hack operates. 1. Context is king, and queen and non-binary royalty old rule-based checkers were like pedantic robots with a checklist. Modern AI understands meaning. It doesn't just see a noun, it sees the noun's role in the sentence, the paragraph, even the overall document's tone. It knows that they were looking to the future is hopeful, while they were looking at the future implies it's a suspicious piece of modern art. 2. Beyond rules. Learning the flow. These models haven't memorized grammar textbooks. They've absorbed how language is actually used by millions of fluent writers. They recognize natural phrasing, idiomatic expressions, and stylistic conventions specific to different languages and genres. They can tell if your German sounds like a legal contract when you're aiming for a casual blog post. 3. The polyglot powerhouse. This is the true hack. A single tool can now switch seamlessly between analyzing the subjunctive mood in Spanish, checking honorifics in Korean, ensuring noun-adjective agreement in Russian, and untangling the tonal complexities of Mandarin, often within the same document. It democratizes grammatical accuracy on a global scale previously unimaginable. 4. Style and tone whisperer. It's not just about being correct. It's about being effective. Many of these tools suggest rephrasing for clarity, conciseness, formality, or even persuasiveness, adapting suggestions to the target language's stylistic norms. Impact. From global business to grandma's emails. The ripple effects of this free or freemium technology are profound. Democratizing professional communication. A small business owner in Nairobi can now confidently craft a proposal in French for a client in Brussels. A freelance developer in Argentina can polish their technical documentation in English for a Silicon Valley startup. The barrier to global economic participation plummets. Revitalizing languages. Communities working to preserve or teach endangered languages can use these tools to create grammatically sound teaching materials, translate content accurately, and empower new generations of speakers. AI becomes an ally in cultural preservation. Education revolution. Language learners get instant, contextual feedback. Instead of waiting for a teacher to mark an essay, they can refine their writing in real time, understanding why a correction is made. It's a tireless, infinitely patient tutor. Breaking down bureaucracy. Imagine clearer government forms, more accurate international agreements, and less confusion in critical documents like medical instructions or safety manuals, all thanks to AI-polished multilingual clarity. The end of social media shame? Well, maybe less. While the internet will always find a way to mock, fewer people will be roasted solely for an innocent grammatical slip in their second or third language. The focus can hopefully shift back to the content of ideas, not just their packaging. The comical cautionary tales, when the genie gets quirky. Of course, entrusting our grammatical souls to machines isn't without its entertaining pitfalls. AI, for all its brilliance, lacks true human understanding and cultural nuance. This is where the comedy gold emerges. The overzealous polisher. You write a heartfelt, slightly informal email. The AI, aiming for professional excellence, transforms your warm sign-off, best wishes, your name, into the chillingly formal with utmost professional regard and anticipatory gratitude for your forthcoming correspondence. I remain, Sir/Madam, your most obedient servant. Your name? Suddenly, you sound like a Victorian butler applying for a loan. Idiom interference. Trying to say something is a piece of cake in German. The AI might literally translate it to Ein Stück Kuchen, leaving your German colleague genuinely confused about why you're discussing dessert in a budget meeting. Conversely, it might correct a perfectly good local idiom into something nonsensical because it doesn't recognize it. Literal lunacy. he was feeling under the weather becomes he was feeling beneath the meteorological conditions. She kicked the bucket might be corrected to she made forceful contact with the pail using her foot, completely missing the morbid meaning. The AI takes things very seriously. Creative writing catastrophes. Poets and novelists beware. Your beautifully crafted, intentionally fragmented sentence for dramatic effect? The AI will gleefully fix into bland, grammatically perfect oatmeal. That character's ungrammatical dialect? Obliterated in the name of correctness. The AI struggles with artistic rule-breaking. The false confidence boost. Relying solely on the AI can lead to hilarious misunderstandings if the original meaning was flawed. Garbage in, polish garbage out. You might accidentally invite your boss to a formal duel instead of a formal dinner because you mistyped dinner as duel, and the AI just made sure the grammar around the challenge was impeccable. The future, beyond the grammar cop. This is just the beginning. The global hack is evolving rapidly. Cultural nuance engines. Future iterations will move beyond grammar to deeply understand cultural context. It might flag that a phrase considered polite in one culture could be offensive in another, or suggest regionally appropriate idioms. Real-time translation and polishing. Imagine video calls where your spoken words are not just translated instantly, but also grammatically polished in real time before reaching the listener's ears. Global meetings become smoother than a frictionless banana. Personalized voice preservation. Could AI learn your unique writing style, quirks and all, and polish grammar while preserving your distinct voice, even across languages? The holy grail for authors and professionals. AI as collaborative co-writer. Moving beyond correction to true collaboration, suggesting ideas, refining arguments, and helping structure complex thoughts fluently in any target language. Conclusion: embracing the hack, wisely and with a chuckle. The emergence of free, powerful AI grammar tools for virtually any language is undeniably a global hack. It's dismantling communication barriers, empowering individuals and communities, and injecting a much-needed dose of confidence into our multilingual world. It's turning the universal frustration of grammar panic into a relic, like dial-up internet or carrying a physical dictionary. Yet, as we celebrate this linguistic liberation, let's remember it's a tool, not an oracle. It lacks soul, cultural intuition, and the understanding that sometimes rules need to be broken. The occasional hilarious misfire is a healthy reminder that language is a living, breathing, wonderfully messy human endeavor, not just a set of algorithms. So, embrace the global hack. Use it to send that email to Tokyo with confidence, to write that novel in your ancestral tongue, to learn Spanish without fear of subjunctive-induced nightmares. Let's shoulder the burden of grammatical correctness, but keep your human brain firmly in the loop. Laugh at its quirks, question its overly formal suggestions, and never let it stifle your unique voice. The future of language is here, more connected, more accurate, and thanks to the occasional AI-generated absurdity, infinitely more entertaining. The Tower of Babel just got a major software update, and it's open source. Now, go forth and communicate, fearlessly, globally, and maybe, just maybe, with impeccably placed commas. Just double-check that it hasn't turned your dinner invitation into a duel challenge. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe. It will really help this channel out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more informative videos coming.